Good morning, warriors. Today we are going to be talking about how can you represent a real-life situation with an algebraic rule. You are going to notice that several of the things that we are doing are review of what we have been working on the rest of this unit. You're going to see a graph of a proportional relationship. You're going to see tables. You're also going to see how this is related to a situation that we all love, pizza. So here's our situation. You are ordering pizza, and each medium pizza costs $7. So if you purchase one pizza, you pay $7. I'm going to go ahead and fill that information in. First, 0 pizzas don't cost us any money. So one pizza is going to cost us $7. So then if we buy a second pizza, 2 pizzas are going to be $7 plus $7. 2 pizzas will be $14. And then if we buy a third pizza, it's still $7 per pizza. So $7 plus $7 plus $7. 3 pizzas will be $21. And then our fourth pizza, it still costs exactly the same, $7. So 4 pizzas would cost $28. This is a proportional relationship because the relationship between pizza and money is always the same. It's a 1 pizza to $7 relationship. Now we're going to look at how that would show on the graph. So 0 pizzas for $0. My point would be right there. And then 1 pizza for $7. Since pizza is my x-axis, dollars is my y-axis, so I know that I go over to 1 for 1 pizza, and then I go up to $7. So 1 pizza costs $7. So now I look at 2 pizzas. 2 pizzas costs $14. 3 pizzas will cost $21. And 4 pizzas will cost $28. And now we have proof again that this is a proportional relationship, because graphs of proportional relationship have 2 characteristics. They must graph in a straight line, and this is obviously a straight line. It's a little off because I did it by hand, but it is close enough that you can see it's a straight line. And it also needs to go through the origin. It needs to go through point 0, 0. And as you can see, it does go through the origin. It does go through point 0, 0. So now we need to ask ourselves, how do we turn pizza and money into algebra? And we already have a rule that we have learned for proportional relationship situations. And that rule is y equals kx, where k is the unit rate, k is the constant of proportionality. So we are now going to look at how we can turn that table into an algebraic rule. So we're going to be taking this information, the 1 pizza for $7, and we're going to turn it into y equals kx. To do that, we can start with the table, but notice our table has an extra column in it that we have not had before. That extra column is the process column. So it's kind of like the show your work column. Show how you got the dollars. So for 0 pizzas, there was no money. For 1 pizza, it cost $7. For 2 pizzas, it cost $7 plus $7. For 3 pizzas, it cost $7 plus $7 plus $7. For 4 pizzas, it cost 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. But that can get really tedious very quickly to have to continually write the addition. So instead, we can use multiplication. So we can do 0 pizzas times $7 to get a cost of $0. We can do 1 pizza times $7 to get $7. Now, when you have a number right outside parentheses, that means multiplication. So there is a hidden multiplication sign there. Then we have 2 pizzas. So 2 pizzas times $7, we get $14. And then we do 3 pizzas. 3 pizzas times $7 to get $21. And lastly, 4 pizzas. So I have 4 pizzas times $7 to get $28. And our graph is going to look the same. It'll have 0.00, 0.17, 0.214, 0.321, and then 0.428. But we still haven't found that algebraic rule that we're going to use. However, we have all the information that we need to start looking for patterns to find that rule. Notice here is our table, but it's typed much prettier than I wrote it. And we're now ready to try to figure out, how do I turn all this into y equals kx, y equals something x? Well, my pizzas are my x-axis, and then money is almost always the y. So the cost is my y-axis. And if I notice here, my number of pizzas, it changes every time. So my first column represents all my x's. 0 pizzas, 0x, 1 pizzas, 1x, and so on. And you should also notice that the 7 stays the same every time. So we can take that information and we can rewrite it. We can take our x goes in this place. So we can replace those numbers with an x, and we can just say it is x times 7. And then that will equal y, which is our cost. Since these are equal, we can rewrite them as y equals 7x. And now it is in the form that we recognize, that form of y equals kx. So we now have our algebraic rule. To get the cost, the y, we will multiply $7 times however many pizzas we're going to buy. But now I noticed in my question that they have asked us to use different variables, because our question says find the algebraic rule and we just found the algebraic rule. We found out that the algebraic rule is y equals 7x. That's the rule that represents the relationship between the pizzas and the cost. But now they tell us that they want us to use n for the number of pizzas. So I have to change my rule around a little bit to put an n in there. And I know if I'm looking at the graph at the bottom, because sometimes I struggle with this, figuring out which variable goes with which one, even though I've been working with it for years. So I check myself and I look at the axis. So I know that the horizontal is the x-axis and x-axis is the number of pizzas. So my x in this question, they want to make an n, a number of pizzas. And then my y, they tell me that I have to use c for the cost instead of y. So my y-axis is the cost. So I just replace the y with the c, and my equal sign and my 7 stays the same. It is exactly the same as y equals 7x, c equals 7n. They are the exact same rule. It's just your question asked you to use different variables. And last, we've been working on slope for all of last week, and we're now asked to find the slope of this line. So to find slope, I know that I can draw in my triangle. And even though that's not a perfect point, I know based on the question that this is $7 and this is one pizza. So it will keep going up, $7 and one pizza, $7 and one pizza, $7 and one pizza. So to find my slope, I know I have to do the rise over the run. So it's 7 over 1. So my slope is 7. And one really interesting thing is that your slope is whatever is in front of your x variable. Your slope is your same thing as your constant of proportionality in the equation if it is a proportional relationship. And next we have some questions to help you think about this situation. So we are going to use our work. We're going to use our rule, our y equals 7x. And we are going to use that to answer these questions. Part A, using the algebraic rule that you wrote, calculate how much it would cost to buy 10 pizzas. Well, I know in this situation that my pizzas is the x, so I can use y equals 7 times. They told me 10 pizzas. Y equals 7 times 10. So my cost to buy 10 pizzas is going to be $70. In part B, it asks us, if you have exactly $84 to spend, how many pizzas can you order? Well, this time, instead of given the pizzas, I'm given the money. So I still can use y equals 7x. But they tell me I have $84, and I know that my 84 is my Y because the money was the Y. So I get 84 equals 7x. And now I can use my equation skills. I'm going to write over here so I have a little bit more space. 84 equals 7x. I know that since I'm solving an equation, I'm going to draw my line to show my two sides of the equation. And I know that this is 7 times x, so I will divide both sides by 7. $84 divided by 7 is 12, and 7 divided by 7 is 1, and then I bring down my x. So I get 1x equals 12, and I know that x was pizzas, so I know that I can buy 12 pizzas. And the last question, what if you bought 0 pizzas? How much would that cost? Does your answer make sense? And you're probably thinking that this is a trick question because if you bought 0 pizzas, it's going to cost you $0. And does that make sense? Yes. In this situation, that does make sense because it makes sense that if you don't get any pizza, you don't have to spend any money. But we are going to be talking about another relationship in the next video that will make this question you'll understand the reasoning for this question a little bit more. So if you buy 0 pizzas, it costs $0, and yes, that does make sense. In the next video, we are going to look at another relationship with pizza, but this time we are going to have a delivery fee involved.